Okay. Okay, I think I'll start now so that we can finish in time. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this Nsf Rep Members Workshop. My name is Vicky Olu-Osifeso, and I'm the head of the Youth and Engagement team. And I welcome you to this session. It's just, I'm hoping it is just going to be very brief because I know, time is against some of our people joining in from Nigeria. So basically, what it is just to give you a little bit of an idea of how to enter your entries into the Queen's Commonwealth Essay Writing Competition. And this is just to give you a few guidelines of what we expect you to do, since we are going to be the facilitators for this competition. So without further ado, I would ask the technical team to please share a PowerPoint, and I'll go through the PowerPoint, and this should be able to help you as to how entries can be facilitated for this competition. So welcome once again, and yeah, can we go to slide 2, please? Okay, so this is a brief rundown of what I'm just going to discuss with you. It's we've got the aim of the competition, the history of the competition with Nigeria, judging opportunities, the role of Nsf reps, the essay formats and referencing, submissions, what the awards are, and a few clips, resources for you, clips of previous winners and their essays, which would help you for the reps to explain to the teachers, and also for the teachers to be able to understand what is required of them. And then there will just be questions and answers, and anything else, you can contact Nsf UK, or you contact via your reps or your alumni members. So this meeting is being recorded, so you would be able to have access to the recording as well, because that can help you as well. Okay, we go to slide 3, please. Right, for those of you who don't know what the Commonwealth Essay Competition is all about, it's the oldest international writing competition for schools and was established in 1883. It was established by the Queen, the Royal Society for the Commonwealth, and it's an opportunity for young Commonwealth citizens to share their thoughts, ideas, and experiences on key global issues and have their work and achievements celebrated internationally. So it's a way of facilitating young ones to be able to share ideas, to understand what is going on around the world. Like last year, we had topics on climate change, and writing essays on various topics would also enhance the knowledge of the youths in what is going on around the world, and also help them in their schoolwork as well. And also it gives them that initiative as to how to present their essays. And also it helps them to be celebrated internationally by getting awards, and also for their works to be published. So that is the aim of the competition. Slide 4, please, I think. Next slide. Nigeria has a history with the essay writing competition, and this dates back to the 70s. And so Nigeria has been involved in sending entries for this competition. In 2020, there were 513 entries into the competition, and in 2021, it rose to 841. And so it is well known, and I'm happy to say that the current competition is actually being sponsored by the Lagos State government. So yes, it is well known, and it's good that overall Nigeria is getting involved. On our path in the NSF, we have had successes with our entries. In 1975, we had a fourth runner-up. In 2003, we had a runner-up. And in 2005, we had a winner. 2019, we also had a senior runner-up in the name of Nnamdi Ozoemena. And she, wrote a fabulous essay, and hence her being a senior runner-up. Essays date back, 100 years, so you can have access to these essays. They're being digitalized, or they have been digitalized by the Cambridge University, and the website at the bottom tells you exactly where you can access this. So you can actually access essays dating back to 100 years. That shows you how much work is being put into the essay writing competition. Next slide, please. I wanted to put a picture up of Nnamdi, because Nnamdi, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's just for you to have an idea of, just for you to see who she is, and her story, what she wrote. It was just a little it was just a story about people struggling with issues in society. And the judges were really flabbergasted with her piece, and one of the judges described it as a shop window of how youth are speaking to each other today. On being named the senior runner-up, she actually said, "It feels really good to know that my portrayal of issues that I view as important was able to come through to people and hopefully make them feel something." So this shows you that our youths are being empowered, they know what is going on, and writing a piece like that emphasizes, the reason why we're doing this competition. We're encouraging people to enter into these competitions so that people like her, can come up and show their worth. So hence me, I wanted to put a picture on there so you know who she is. And and as a senior runner-up, she actually came to England on a visit, and she was showed around London, and she attended some educational activities. So congratulations. This was in 2019, and she happens to be one of the entries that was facilitated by NSF, Nigerian Schools Foundation, hence me putting her up there. Next slide, please. Apart from submitting entries into the competition, NSF members can actually volunteer to become judges, for the entries. There's opportunity for you to make vital contribution to the youth program, gain experience and skills for reading written essays. So to become a judge, you've got to be over 18 years old, have an interest in the Commonwealth or international affairs, English language, obviously, creative writing, youth work and literature, and be available for a minimum of a total 40 hours between August and September in order to read and judge approximately 100 to 150 entries. You should have a reliable access to a computer and internet. And at the end of it, the judges receive a personalized certificate of recognition of their participation and subscription and to the newsletter and invitation to select Royal Commonwealth Society events. So there's an opportunity for reps who want to be judged to become a judge, but you obviously will not be judging any entries that has been submitted by NSF. For more information, you can go online, you can go to the Royal Commonwealth Society, and everything about how to become a volunteer judge is on that website. Next slide, please. Okay, this is now where the crunch is for everybody that's on this platform. the reason why you're here, and what you need to do. And I'm going to hand over to Tokumbo Oderinde to talk to you about the role of Nsf representatives. Over to you, Tokumbo.
Thank you, Vicky. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tokumbo Oderinde. I'm the representative for ROGA UK and part of the NSF, Nigerian Schools Foundation UK. Now, the most important thing is your roles and responsibility as a rep. You act as a liaison between your alma mater, your school. So in order for you, your participation and your schools participating to be very, very successful, you must have a relationship with your school. That's the first thing you need to do. You must have a relationship with your school. If you haven't, I think this is a time to start making phone calls, gelling, and actually breaking the ice by actually making, getting to know your school. If you haven't been to your school, you can start by actually phoning up, trying to know a little bit more and build relationships. That's the first thing you need to do. And to do this, you contact the principal, your administrator, if you have one. Try and build some important network. So that way it will be easier for you to sort of liaise with the principal, sell this good initiative to them, and then try as much as possible to get the principal to nominate an English teacher, which is the next one. Nominate an English teacher that would work with you, who will be your main contact. You might have one English teacher, depending on the school. You might have schools where you have the junior secondary school or the senior secondary school. You might want to nominate an English teacher that represents the junior side of it, or another one nominated for the senior side of it. And you're going to be working in collaboration, liaising with them, giving them tips, following all the rules and guidance for the competition. We always advise you, because I remember when we started this, Regan, I represent Regan, and when we started this, our first entry was limited to roundabout, I think we put in 10 entries. So my advice is to ensure that if you, the first timer, put in a few entries and try and see how you can manage it. That's what I would be suggesting. So if you have the junior category, the senior category, you can have 5-5 for each category and see how that pans out. Another thing that is quite important is to ensure that you're constantly in liaison with the teacher. So not just say, oh, we've got the teacher and that's it, off you go. You have to continue to guide them and sort of liaise with them on what needs to be done, and then guide them through it. That's the only way it would work for it to be successful. And also, last but not the least, ensure the rules of the competition are followed, because it's quite rigid, whereby if they say you have to sort of submit X amount of words, you have to ensure that it's that X amount of words. So the guidance and all the rules to follow, you need to follow it to the latter, otherwise it will be thrown out. So that's the tips that I would sort of encourage every rep to sort of abide by, because it's a very, very useful tool to have. So by liaising with your school, liaising with your principal, having that good working relationship with the teacher, the represented teacher, you'll find out that it will be easy. It will be a walk in the park, and you'll probably get a successful result by doing that. Thank you. Any questions, I'm happy to answer them at the end. So Vicky, back to you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Tokumbo. Yes, like she said, it's very, very important that you follow the rules and you are constantly liaising with the teacher, because they need help as well. Don't forget that teachers are very busy. And even as it is now, I know some schools have already started the exams, and to start getting the students to start writing the essay is definitely not going to be that easy. So you've got to be supportive. You need to help them and ensure that, you know, they're doing the right thing. So Tokubo, thank you for that. Could we go on to the next slide, please? Okay, this is the format in which the essays have to be submitted. So once you've established with your school how many people you want, how many entries you want submitted, you have to ensure that the teacher understands each essay topic, because we've got topics in the junior category and you've got topics in the senior category. They have to understand the topics. They have to monitor and check that the students are writing the right topics and also in the right category. Also, reps, you should encourage the teacher to ensure that the students write creative, writings and use a bit of their imagination, not copying from stuff on the internet or just copying each other. It's got to be their own work. It has to be something in their own words. And the teacher is not supposed to really help them write these essays, because otherwise it's not original and you are not helping that student by, helping them to write the essays. So all you need to do is to just ensure that, the topic is the right topic. They've got the idea, and you can check for grammatical errors, or ensure that there's presentation as well. Also, which I've just said, the essays reflect the topic. So you have to ensure that what they've written actually reflects on the topics that they have chosen to write. Also, the essays can have references, and these references, students shouldn't copy other people's work. So, and if they do, they should ensure that it is referenced. And the essay is to contain the student's name only, correct title, and topic number. I'll come back to the references because I've got examples of references to ensure that you know that the student is doing the right thing. So can we go on to the next slide, please? Okay. Now, I did talk about students copying other people's work, and that is what we call plagiarism, and the teacher has to be aware. Now, in the past, we've had some essays being disqualified because of that. So it would not be nice for the student to present an essay, and then at the end of 3 months or so, it comes back and you're being disqualified. It's not good. It doesn't very good for the student. The morale will obviously be devastating. So please, 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 we need originality. In addition, the essays should be in the form of they can be in the form of letters, they can be in poems, there could be illustrations as well to enhance and add overall quality to the entry. So not illustrations that's going to make it to, super duper essay, but, if it's a junior category, maybe they're talking about something to do with the sun, they can, have a diagram of the sun there and color it in yellow, those sort of illustration to just enhance the essay. But at the same time, making sure that the essays are the right number of words. Each category has a number of a limit. For the senior category, it's 1,500 words. And for the junior category, it's 750. So you have to make sure that the students, when they submit it, you do a word count. And references actually do not count towards the words, so the number of words. So references are fine. So you please, please, please make sure that you check that, because otherwise you're creating more work when you come to submit it, because that's when I'll now come in, and then I will now have to sort of delete certain words in the essay. In the past, in order for students to at least get a participation certificate, I have had to, delete like the bottom part, maybe the summary, because the words have been over the limit, and because I just didn't want that child not to get, something. I ensured that, the words, the essay stuck to the number of words that was required. So please, teachers and reps, you need to check these essays as well to ensure that the right number of words for each category are correct. And then also all essays must be submitted in Word document, no PDF, no JPEG or GNP or whatever. It's got to be Word document, because either if you do that, if you send it in a PDF, I will not be able to edit it, and that means that if there's anything wrong with that essay, goes, for instance, if it's plagiarized, if we just go on, and that will be the end of it. The poor student will not get any certificate for putting in that essay. So it's very, very, very important. Please, teachers, that you do this. Next slide, please. Okay. What I've done is to show you a few examples of how references are. There are many styles to choose from, and we encourage you to research how to reference to be sure that you get it right. All italics or quotation marks or punctuation must be applied and included when you reference. If we go on to the next slide, you would see examples of referencing. So this was taken from the website. So obviously, if you're referencing, you've got to put the author's surname or first name, or if it's something that you need to put a date, whether it was published at a particular date, or you're putting anything that came from the Commonwealth Society itself. So these are just examples of how you need to reference. You can take a screenshot of this, but I'm sure English teachers, they know all about this, but please just still bear that in mind. If we go on to the next slide as well, there are more examples of where you can get a website of how you can reference properly. Next slide, please. And I'm emphasizing on this more because, we always seem to have problems with this. So hence me, showing you this, and I'm hoping people are taking screenshots of this so you understand that this is very important. Okay. Next slide. Okay, we now come to the submission guidelines. All essays are to be submitted by email to the youth engagement team, and that's the email there. The closing date is the 27th of May at 5 p.m. Please do take note of this date, because anything that comes at 5:01 will not be accepted. And I need to emphasize on this as well, because knowing us Nigerians, we always like to do things lastminute.com. If you were submitting these essays to the Commonwealth themselves, you would not send it after 5 p.m. You will send it before. So we've had instances of where people send it way after, thinking that, oh, well, please, we're all Nigerians, can you help us put this forward? No, I am not going to do that. So please ensure that these essays are submitted either by the teacher or by the school or by the reps on behalf of the students. And if it's individual essays, i.e. it's not a school, it should be submitted by a parent who wants their child to enter into the competition will have to send the email, not the child, specifically the young ones. It has to be submitted by an adult, because when we go on to log these essays on, it will ask us, who is submitting this essay. So it's got to be by a teacher, the school, alumni rights, or the parents. In the past, we've had the young ones submit the essays using their parents' email, but you could tell that it was the student, because they were, they were asking other questions. So please, parents, ensure that it is you that submitting the essay. In any case, I am going to respond to say that I've received it, and I have to ensure that I'm actually, corresponding with a parent. I will not correspond with a child for safeguarding reasons. So please, this is very important. Another thing to be aware of is that each essay has to be submitted separately, not a whole page of different essays, because we've had that in the past where I get an attachment, I open it up, and then I see 20 essays all, on pages. No, what we want is one at a time. You send it as a separate attachment. And to help you do that, it would be nice if the teacher can submit a separate sheet listing the student's name, date of birth, category, and essay title number. That way, I'll be able to cross-reference, which student is submitting what essay and which one is which category it is. And also, I would also would want the gender of the child, so we know if it's a female or a male. Individual submissions, I've spoken about that only parents can submit on behalf of their children, and NSF will coordinate and submit all entries on behalf of the schools and the individuals. Next slide, please. Now, I'm just putting this on to just give you an example of what a supplementary form should be like. So as you can see, it's got the name, it's got the essay category, it's got the gender, it's got the date of birth. So please, when you're submitting bulk submission, ensure that there's a separate supplementary form that is submitted with all the students' name. So that would help us cross-reference which category and which, whether it's a senior category or a junior category. Next slide, please. Then once you've done all that, and then everybody submitted their essays, and then NSF will then submit on behalf of the students and the alumni members. The competition doesn't come, the results don't come out until about, the closing date, okay, May. So it doesn't come out till about September. And when it does, obviously we're going to notify you of the results. Now, every successful entry, and what I mean by successful entry, meaning you follow the rules, there's no plagiarism, there's no disqualification. So every successful entry gets a certificate from the Commonwealth Society. Now, some essays will be awarded gold, silver, and bronze awards because of the type of essays they've written, that it's excellence in writing. So that's to reward that student that their essays are really up to scratch. And then all the gold award winners would now be subjected to another stringent test, where an overall winner would then be chosen for each category. So that's where we get, the main awards, where the winners will be flown to the UK for a week of educational and cultural activities and attend a special awards ceremony. In the past, people have gone to Buckingham Palace, they've gone to Cambridge universities, and they've gone to the various museums around the UK. So the Commonwealth Society would fly entrants into winners into the UK for the special award ceremony. On our path, NSF offers a monetary award to gold winners. And also the teachers are recognized with a certificate and a monetary award. So it would be nice if the teachers, do their best so that, they also can be recognized. We know they work very hard. It's not an easy job, but, this is our own way of recognizing all the hard work and your help towards getting the students to enter the competition. Next slide, please. Right, this is 2021. These are 2021 winners. I thought I should put that there so that you would know, you have an idea of who these winners are. The young lady with the braids, she's from Ghana, and they're always winning. And I'm hoping that Nigeria wins this time because it's about time. We're getting there, but we need to. And then the young guy that is from Uganda, and it really gets to me when I see that other African countries are winning a lot and we're not. So, and when I go and look at their essays are so simple, they're so creative. It doesn't need big grammar or language or internet kind of language. They're simple, well-written essays, nothing to it. And I'm thinking we can't be like that. Some of the essays that we tend to send in can be a bit too factual. This is my opinion. After looking at all the various essays that have been winning, a lot of the essays are just poems. Some of them are just letters, and they're just, very simple. So if we in Nigeria can do that, write simple essays, I'm sure we will be able to, get somewhere. Next slide, please. You can take a screenshot of this. These are links to the various recent winning essays, so that would help you. You can share it with the students. They can have a look at it, and it will guide them as to how they can write their own essays. So if you can take if you take a picture of it or a screenshot of it, it would be of a great help to you. And also this meeting is being recorded, so you can get a recording of this workshop and with the PowerPoints, so you can refer back to what it is I've spoken to you about. I'm trying not to waste people's time, because I know it's a bit, especially those who have joined us from Nigeria. I welcome the teachers because I know quite a few of them have joined on, and I know it's a bit late, so I don't want to waste the teachers' time, because they've got to spend the weekend marking the students' work. So please take a screenshot of this, and if you need any help, contact your alumni rep. They will be able to guide you. Next slide, please. And that's just more essays. That's more links to more essays, which people can take screenshots of. And yes, and I think I've come to the end of the presentation. Any questions, please? This is a questions and answer session, and I'll try my best to answer any of your questions. And I've got Tokumbo to assist me. So yeah, any questions? I think I see one hand raised up. I can see Remy.
Yes. Go ahead, Remy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Vicky and Toks, for putting this together again for this year. I know that it's very useful. I was just wondering two things. Maybe you don't have to, but I'm just thinking whether is what you're telling us the bit about the prize or the award that NSF gives in terms of the money for the overall gold person winner. If it's okay, you can share that. The other thing it would be to note as well that some schools, I think most schools on NSF actually reward the teachers as well if their students do get gold or silver or whatever it is. So just a sort of incentive for our teachers as well, so that they know, because a lot of them, I believe, they do this in their own time. So it will be worth, if schools do not do that already, to consider, or if alumni doesn't do that already, to consider rewarding their teachers as well as their students. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Remy. Yes, with regards to the alumni schools rewarding the teachers, I think I leave that for the alumni. I'm not going to, it's not something that, you know, NSF has to get involved in. So that is up to the, you know, the school to do that. But it's a good thing to reward them. NSF's part is we reward the teachers for what they've done, and that's what we do. But if the schools, if the alumni want to do that, that's a good thing. My school, Holy Child College, we do that. I know Reagan does it, and I know you do it as well. So, you know, it's up to the school. It could be a project for the school, but I think it's up to them. It's not my place to tell them, you know, what to do. With regards to the overall winner, we have a pot where the overall winner, I think the pot is standing at about 50K at the moment. And thinking of that, I'm actually going to come out now and ask people to donate to that pot, because it's a donation, really. So it's not really an NSF fee thing. The only thing that NSF does is, you know, award the gold award winners money, which is 10,000 for each. So if a school has 5 gold awards, that school gets 50K. Each child will get 10K. So if it's with the teachers are awarded 10K. I know sometimes you get 2 or 3 teachers involved, but that has nothing to do with NSF. That is more to do with the alumni school. So I think that answers that question. Tokumbo, you have your hands up.
Well, it's really not a question. It's more to is more aligned to what Remy said. Regan, we do give a additional incentive to the teacher, because we know it's not an easy task, especially when they've got their day job. So we do that. And the different, it doesn't have to be a cash award. We're actually looking at giving them plaques. You know, it could be something to recognize the participation for the students and the teachers. So it's something that we do. And like you said, Vicky, it's in terms of alumni, we can dictate what alumni do give, but it's down to the reps and the relationship building with the school on what they need to sort of give the school.
Okay. Yeah, thanks, Tokumbo, for adding to that. Any more questions?
Hi, Vicky, it's Kemi. I've got my hand up. I'm Kemi Tech.
I was wondering.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask. You have to the essays have junior and senior. So are there age limits?
Yes, they are age limits. Obviously, you have the under 18s and the under 14s. All that is inside the rep information that was sent to the rep. So the reps should have that information.
Okay.
It's all written there, because the essays are divided into the senior and the junior, and each they put all the age limits and the year of birth, which is why I said the year of birth is very important. So we make sure that it's the right age. So it's all explicit. I'll put it on the chat again, you know, so that you can share it with your alumni schools or your well, actually it should be alma mater rather, not alumni schools. So
it's actually in the brief.
It is in there.
All the information regarding the competition is actually in the brief. And I think the responsibility lies on the rep. And this is what I said at the beginning, the roles and responsibility of the reps, to sort of ensure you read and digest the information so that when you're briefing the teacher, because sometimes they do miss stuff. So you need to sort of read it, understand it, digest it, and then you sort of ask them if they understand it. So if there's anything that's been missed in the brief, then you'll be able to sort of point them in that right direction. But everything you need is all in the brief from the beginning to the end. It's just you have to follow the rules from A to Z.
Thank you very much, Tokumbo. Thank you, Vicky. And thanks for organizing this again. Thank you.
Yeah. And also thank you for helping, because last time you were there to help. So there you are again. And I think I just read something from Tola Ayeni. Tola, thanks again. You're always very, very encouraging. Thank you so much. I just seen something you put in the chat. Thank you so much. Any more questions? Do the teachers want to ask any questions? Because I know we've got teachers in the house. I know there's a Holy Child teacher, there's Reagan, there's MG, Methodist Girls. Anybody?
There's Baptist Academy as well.
Well, yeah. So if the teachers have any questions, this is your moment now. Anybody?
Go ahead, Akogun.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. I'm so sorry, I had problem logging in. This is fantastic. And I just want to say I misunderstood what was going on. I thought it was only for the reps. I didn't know that the teachers were meant to join us. So I'm sorry, But my question is there going to be another session so that I could acquaint our teachers?
No.
Oh, why?
But it is being recorded. It's being recorded. So
we share the link.
We share the link. Yeah. It's
okay. Thank you very much. I mean, this is fantastic. Thank you very much, Toks.
I must. Maybe you missed this is the second session that's been run. This was done prior to, was it last year?
Yeah, it was last year.
So this is the second time we're running this, and is again, just to give people a brief taster on the Commonwealth essay and to sort of support your teachers. So it has to be so next one, Marie Akogu will be running this.
Yeah, and I have to I have to say, I have to I have to say that, please, reps, I don't want anybody calling me at odd times.
Okay.
And Annie, you know that.
I did that. So yeah. That's why, this is quite useful.
All the information, please
make use of it.
Make use of it,
Okay. The link. Are we going to have the link from tonight? Because we have our AGM tomorrow, and I plan to, relate this to them. Will we have the link from tonight? Or when is the link?
I'll have to speak to the tech team. They would, and
also, Akogu, it's more who is going to be the rep that is going to be taking this forward.
Exactly.
Because
I am the rep. I'll still be the rep.
Exactly. So if you are going to be taking this forward to your alma mater, right, you need to sort of have that understanding of what is expected of you to sort of brief the teacher that is going to be nominated by your school, so that they have that full understanding. Because we've delivered, this is the second time it's been delivered. And obviously we don't want to see, as Vicky said, we don't want to see people folding up. We got deadlines, you need to meet the deadlines. We need to make sure that all the essays are submitted individually, not in pages, because it's very frustrating. Because when we deliver this, we've taken time out to actually put this together. Thanks, Vicky. Put this together, deliver it, and we're coming back to delivery. But by the third time, I think by now, all the reps should really be on the same page. That's all I'll say. We should be on the same page.
Okay.
All right. So thank you.
That's okay, Nee. That's okay. One thing I'd also just like to say quickly that, you know, if you submit all these essays according to how we want it, it makes things a lot easier. Because honestly, last year we had how many essays? 7. How many did we have? We had about
over 100 and something.
Something.
170 something.
And then we have to load this one at a time on the Commonwealth portal. So it took me 2 days to do this. So it's one, and we're checking the essays, because when you send us the essays, we first even have to remove all the names on there and just leave the title and double check the words, the limit. And those that are over, it creates problems, you know. So, and you have to submit it one at a time. In the past, they used to have a portal where you could do bulk submission, but we can't. It's one every, you know, you keep putting one person, putting one name, loading it, then going back, starting all over again, load it, starting back all over again. So it is a lot of work for us. So hence having this workshop to sort of relay this information to the reps. So the reps, it's your doing. Please, you really, if you want your school to take part, you really need to help your teachers, because, you know, teachers are busy, and I know the reps are busy as well, but you've decided to be a rep for your school, so it's your responsibility. But we will help you. You know, I know I did say that, I did say that, you know, people, you know, shouldn't call me at odd times, but I would, you know, respond where I need to respond to. Thank
Vicky,
you.
I think you missed the bit where you're going to be matching, not just taking up the names and all that, you're going to be matching it with the topics.
Exactly.
So,
yes.
you know, people would sort of do the writing,
because
some with the topic.
Yes, some of the students, the teachers don't look at it. They put the wrong topic and write the, you know, on the essay. So sometimes I have to change it myself, you know. And at the same time, I have to ensure that nothing is distorted in the essay. Even if there's grammatical error, I don't touch it. We shouldn't touch it, because that's the student's work. That is their work. You've got to put it in as it is, you know, so it's original. Okay. Any more questions?
There's a question in the chat, Vicky. Apologies, John. It was just asking, please, what are the students writing on? But I think you've answered the question, but just wanted to draw your attention to that.
Oh, well, if you had, is this, well, from technical high school, right? I would suggest that you go and look at the Nsf notice board, because all that information has been put on there, since, I don't know, when did I put it on? Since Thursday, last week. I put it on there. It's on there. I would put it again, you know, for the benefit of this workshop. I'll put it on again. All the information is all on there. So I'll suggest you know, you go to the notice board, whoever the rep, I assume that you're the rep for your school. So if you go, you're on the notice board, so you go to the notice board and all that information is on there. What they're writing on is topics submitted by the Royal Commonwealth Society. It's nothing to do with NSF. We're just going by what, you know, the Commonwealth Society is giving us. Any more questions? Teachers, any questions from the teachers? Please don't be shy. This is your opportunity to say something. No? Okay, so in that case, I think we can close this brief session. And I look forward to receiving lovely essays from our NSF alumni schools. And once again, thank you so much for attending, and have a good evening.
Thank you so
Bye.
much, everyone. Have a good evening.
Thank you.